Hello, greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Mention. I wanted to wish you a good day. We're still in this portal, this amazing portal. There are powerful revelations. We're getting close to the time of disclosure, but it's a good and a bad news, because the good news has been we've been waiting for that truth to come out. But the bad news is that it's going to create such a shock in society that it will be very difficult for everybody. There is a big storm on the horizon, but yet when people you sit, say, I am the storm, for I am a storm of electric light clarity that you can, and in the center of the storm is pure peace and stillness, but you can create this field of light, love, energy around you that people, when they come to you, they're going to have to purify themselves just to come to speak with you. But there is a big storm coming. We got to understand everything happens through change. We need to change. Everything is changing all the time. And evolution is a never-ending eternal process. Only God does not change. God cannot change because he's eternal, supreme, ultimate, absolute, and infinite. It's like it can never change. So it is just the program that God has set up for each and every one to this grand universe. It is quite vast. There is countless possibilities and amazing levels of consciousness that we have no clue, but we'll come to realize when it is the time. For it is not easy to contemplate the perfection within ourselves, yet we have to accept that we are perfect. It is not easy to contemplate the perfection within the world, for the world is perfect for what it is teaching right now. So that's not very easy to contemplate the perfection of that which is inside or outside. But we can already focus on the perfection of from this knowing of the universal Father that is the creator and the upholder of the whole process. For there is already infinity and divine perfection within all things, and focus on that, on this one light of love and light, this amazing light of God. There is a mantra that's very powerful that was given a long time ago in 2007 through the Gold Ring, the Teachers of Light. Those were a series of messages that quite an influence on me. And this is a mantra for abundance. It says, I am fulfilled and given all that I wish. In gratitude, I know this feeling of joy, bliss, and happiness is eternal, as I am always given light, love, and life. I am fulfilled and given all that I wish. In gratitude, I know this feeling of love, light, and this feeling of joy, bliss, and happiness is eternal, as I am always given love, light, and life. So it is a powerful mantra to accept that you already are where you seek to, in this sphere of complete satisfaction, to be completely fulfilled, and to know that this feeling is eternal. Pour le few cards, the highest wisdom is patience. For it, if it happens too quick and too fast, we'll be blinded by this divine light, and it's so powerful. Nature goes very slow. It's like the revelation has to come, because if a revelation comes too soon, it will create more problems than anything else. So it will do more. It will not serve. So everything is orchestrated on high. What we need to understand is authenticity. What we need to do is judgment. Is to discern, to be to stand on to allow the universe to operate his own judgment, and the outcome is to listen to the inner voice, to listen to life, to be present in the present, to be receptive in the present. For the momentum of light is becoming very, very powerful. This rhythm of light is overwhelming all the darkness, the false light. And so continue to focus on self-love and acceptance, forgiveness, and not to worry if you do not feel the divine love just yet. Continue to your intent, and through your intent, the universe is being informed that you seek for. Nobody will be left behind. It is just a matter of finding our own flow and rhythm. And I have compassion for those who are not attuned to the presence of love, to this, for those who have, when the shift will come, it will be very shaken. All the presence of God will be the stabilizing effect. For those who do not have that consciousness, it will be a lot more difficult. So we need to continue to assist them. And for there is this big storm, but there's peace and stillness at the center. And soon the collective of light workers will become very solid. Right now we're working as like free electrons or some way, and with certain connections and like making little systems. But it's going to be on a planetary level. There's going to be a great deal of coordination. For the Christ mission is about to end. Christ will remain a permanent presence, but his mission, as the inner Christ comes in from from within the heart of human beings, his mission is complete. And then we'll move into a new era of preparing the golden age with Master Saint Germain and all the ascended host. For the Saint Germain is a model for the hierarch of the new age, eternal youth and infinite abundance and wealth. So it is a model. Our great friend Saint Germain, who's working tirelessly to resolve the United States problem, although he's not limited to that. But we continue to call on those masters; they will respond. But yet, there is a shift of spirit guides. For a lot of people are just awakening. There's new spirit guides that are about to come to guide them to a higher level. And sometimes there is a vacancy, so it's like you feel like you're alone because the guides are stepped out and the new ones are coming. For me, in 1992, I met my guides and I have no need to change them. There are more coming all the time, but my master guide will remain my master guide. Or the guardian angel does not change, but there are many. So I'm going to pull a few more cards to continue to. Just for entertainment purposes. The highest wisdom is overcoming sorrow. It's letting go of to feel the sorrow, but not to hang on to it or cultivate it. It's like you want to put your water into the good fruits that are going to be flowering rather than the old weed that are still there. What we need to understand is going with the flow. Let go of the resistance of going with the flow of love and light. What we need to do is to overcome the misery, to move into a state of abundance. For everything was created on the basis of lack, and the more there is lack, the more precious things become. And so this is a whole very old Aristotelian principle. And so now we have to reconnect, and the outcome is existence, self-empowerment. As we overcome sorrow, we find consciousness. We are able to elevate ourselves above all. And then the misery will not last. Also, just by turning in, meditation is the most precious gift to disconnect all the old programming of lack, of suffering, of isolation, so that when we're tuning in, we are actually accelerating the process of reprogramming ourselves. For the inner shift is really hard. It's not an easy thing to create this inner shift, because we have to let go of 3D beliefs, 3D habits, and programations. So it's like it's moving from heavier pleasure to lighter pleasure, and to be clear in your intention, with the intention to be courageous, to be patient, to be perseverant. And for there is a fight between the mind and the body, or the ego and the soul. There's all kinds of fights that are going on within. The key is to be moderate, to be temperate, not to go into extreme. If you're eating hamburgers every day, do not seek to become a vegan from one day to the next. The body will react negatively, or it might last a week or two, and then boom, it's gonna. So just continue to negotiate, to gain, to limit also, like with food, is to eat less of it. It's not whatever we eat is okay, but to eat less of it. And same thing with drugs, tobacco, alcohol, to decrease up to the point where we no longer need, and we become aware of those lower frequencies and pleasure, because there's all kinds of new chakras that are awakening within ourselves, new sensation, and for our light body it's become activated. It's beyond our conscious mind. It is something that is happening from the spiritual plane, but all was created from our soul. There is no mistake, no random event. Everything was carefully designed by the soul to balance out energy. Even when people are going through some very dark things, it's their soul trying to balance out energy, because and it's going to continue. The more the dark, at first when you awaken, the darkness that's been, what you see in terms of darkness and dysfunctionality of the world, of the physical world, it becomes proeminent. Then you have to move beyond that to accept that this is necessary for the darkness to be brought into the light in order to be transmuted, but not to fall prey to it and become attached to to become a journalist of all the bad news, all the negative things that are going on in the world. It's those things. Just look at it with love and compassion. Understand, no one will be left behind, and it's okay to seek to awaken people to the level of where they're ready to awaken, but it's better to wait till people come and ask you for information at this point. Yet we need to awaken humanity by every possible mean. Yet we are the one who making the ascension possible. The millions of light workers that are focusing on that is because if we weren't here, it would not be happening. We came in, we chose to come in mass, and millions of us. And so just know your role in the situation, and just attune to your soul. Your soul will let you know what is exactly your role, and you function within that process. But it's always about self well-being and ease and comfort. And I'm kind of glad now. It's like it's really difficult for me to shift back into this matrix polarized. No matter what, it's like a knock on wood. It's like the very difficult for the dark light to fool me anymore. Now I'm like I'm pretty much always. No matter what the situation I'm confronted, I always have I receive an indication as far what is the wisdom to take. For not on, there is always more to learn, but it's getting a lot better, and we're really at the shifting time, shifting points. The highest wisdom is all that shine. There is so many new things that are going to be coming into our life, wonderful things. They're very shining, they're beautiful. Just stay in contact with your inner self. That's the main thing. Otherwise, there will be up and downs. For this surface thing is about to change as well. What we need to understand is the time of living, where we have to get ready for this new life, and to get ready is just traveling. What we need to do is the chaos and conflict, to allow all that is dysfunctional to be blown apart, and the divine order will return. And the outcome is the orphan. It's about reconnecting to the source, to not forget that God is God, and His love is always there, and your guides are always there. It is an illusion. This idea that we can be alone is an illusion, and yet there are 8 billion souls on the planet. How can we ever be alone? Yet there is this inner presence within, and all the company of heaven, and our guides that are always there. So in order to traverse the chaos and conflict, it's just about breathing. But when we bring oxygen into our body, it makes it at peace. When carbon dioxide stuck inside our lung would create the stress. So it's learning to breathe more consciously. And the outcome, we're going to turn from the orphan to the soulmates. We're going to be able to find our complement in the world, and all that will be quite wonderful and appreciated, and will be received with great gratitude. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I thought I come and say hello. I'm going to pull one more card and sing a song. And it's a song, I wasn't sure what to sing. I pulled out a few. This one was on top of the pile. It's an old song, but that talks about reconciliation. Song of the Rolling Stones. It's called Tell Me. I want you back again. I want your love again. I know you find it hard to reason with me, but this time it's different. Darling, you'll see, you gotta tell me you coming back to me, you gotta tell me you coming back to me, you gotta tell me you coming back to me. You said we're through before you walked out on me before. I tried to tell you, but you didn't want to know. This time you're different and determined to go. You gotta tell me you're coming back to me. You gotta tell me you coming back to me. You gotta tell me you coming back to me. I wait as the days go by. I long for the nights to go by. I hear a knock on my door. That day never comes. I hear the telephone that hasn't rung. You gotta tell me you coming back to me. You gotta tell me you coming back to me. You gotta tell me you coming back to me. Come back to me. for us. There will be some old connection that we're going to be discovering. Certain people in the past that maybe didn't work out, and now there's this coming back together, and then new relationship as well. We have to be open to the wondrous gift of the universe, for life is a gift, and truth is just a wonderful gift. And the card of the day is like coming into the world, the power of recognition into the world. All of the work that we've been doing behind the scene is going to move into the mainstream, the stage. And for that, the Archangel Metatron will be with us as we call on him. He's a wonderful guide. Very powerful guide. Is the chariot. It is the Archangel Metatron, and here is on the chariot of Apollon. Apollon has this wonderful chariot of light, and so is Apollon being the god of the arts, the god of light, is also a guide and friend. So it talks about determination and self-control, evolution of career, public recognition of a success. So all of that which we've been working on, working towards, are going to be to continue to cultivate the good fruits and let the weed die, and just all the darker things, let them die, and focus on those things that are the wonderful fruits of spirit that the universe is preparing for you. I wish you a wonderful day. I thank you very much, and I'll talk to you later. Adonai.